What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you with more Danmachi. Now, today we're going to be talking about Boss 112 of Grand War. We took a little bit of time off of Grand War, not by intention, just by happenstance. And I've actually had this team actually planned for a few days now. Now, for those of you that are looking for S-Clears, we are going to cover S-Clears coming up very soon, but I want to get through each one of these in a fashion that a lot more people can probably relate to. So here's the team that we're going to use. Now, once again, my assists are max limit broken, but that's just circumstance. I wish I had units that weren't to show you guys, but it is just a thing. But our main units are all really low level. Now, we did do a practice run of this on stream, and I will tell you from experience, this is going to take a while. This is going to take a good minute, but it is completely doable. The main thing is you got to take the wind out of our opponent's sails, and to do that, we're going to do a lot of debuffing, okay? Now, first things first, we're going to drop magic and wind resistance. That is going to help out a lot. We're going to go ahead and do a 33% SA gauge charge. That's going to help out a lot too. We're going to go ahead and continue on here with all of our basic buff debuff stacks. Nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. Now, these first couple hits, they ain't going to feel well. That's honestly just life. That's just how it's going to go. Now, we are going to now debuff with Ray. Ray is going to help us out. And the nice part is with Artie in here, Artie's going to do a little bit of healing on this turn, which is going to be nice. And she's going to go ahead and do a big defensive buff for us since our units are so low level. You've seen her work before, but basically physical resist and magic resist increases on all of our fellow competitors. I say competitors, but our teammates, I guess, for lack of a better word. Okay? So, I believe we already dropped wind resist. We did drop wind resist, so actually, rather than doing a single target, I can go ahead and do a status buff this turn with Fina, and that's going to help keep everything going. Now, the debuffs are going to be in play, but it doesn't really matter because we're actually going to replenish those debuffs later on, and this is just going to make sure that all the buffs and everything that we've set aren't going to expire. So that's going to be that. Now, with Ani Kitty, we're going to do a physical resist and wind resist down. This is going to help Ani Kitty do a little bit more. And you will notice I didn't have an assist on Ani Kitty that actually increases her strength. That's because the Chicky Hestia that actually comes in, and she looks like a baby bird. Come on, guys. Be real with me here. Ducky Hestia, whatever you want to call her. When Ducky Hestia comes in, she's going to come in and she's going to drop a strength plus 10%. Now, it would be nice to drop a strength 20% on our unit, but one, don't really have the availability. Two, I'd rather debuff. You know, we already have a buff with strength. I'd rather throw a debuff on here as well on the assist side. So I actually have the 20% debuff on physical resistance. So now physical resistance and magic resistance are all down. Magic is a lot lower, but that's honestly just a circumstance of his native deficiencies. You actually would prefer to use a wind, a wind magic team, and you really want to use an ogre killer. Now, you'll actually be able to see, I believe Ani Kitty is one, but I'm fairly certain that Ray is one too, and that just basically means that they're going to help take him down a little bit faster. But since we don't have any that are really high level, don't expect miracles. Plus, Ani Kitty is AoE, so everything we're doing with her basically is just going to be to produce a tiny bit more damage. Fina probably is going to be our main attacker. I don't remember her. Actually, I think hers is AoE too, so I take it back. Ray is going to be our main attacker on these, and that actually is not preferable, but it is a thing. So, on this turn, we're actually going to go ahead and buff the 33% SA gauge charge one more time. That's basically going to give it to Harahime. Harahime, we already have our debuff, so she can come in and she can do Akane right out of the gate. That means everyone else could pretty much just go do their single target attacks. And that's going to be nice. That's actually going to wear him down a little bit faster. Not a huge amount, but a little bit. And I don't believe he does an ailment, if I'm honest. If I recollect, I don't actually think he does one. I have breastplates on everybody, so he shouldn't have too much of a problem. Now, yeah, that's not an attack. That is magic and wind attack damage 100%. So, since this is, let's see, you know what I'm going to do? I'm basically just going to do my essays with Fina. And to make things a little bit easier, I'm going to do a double essay with... Ray and Fina. Now, the only downside here is my only units that I can show you guys are AoE on the SA side. Every win unit that I have that is single target is max limit broken. Now, Haruhime, great choice. If you have her, excellent choice for this. Unfortunately, mine is max limit broken, and as you guys know, in these initial runs, I didn't want to run any max limit broken adventurers. So what we're going to do instead is we're really going to just focus on getting that buff out. So let's continue on. Basically, everything we're doing right now, we're just going to kind of spam. Now, we're going to have to be a little careful with Fina. Fina runs out of MP very, very quickly. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do base attacks with both her and Anakitty, just to try to conserve a little bit here. And the reason I'm going to do that, actually, I probably should have conserved a little bit earlier. The reason I'm going to do that is because with their particular situations, they're not going to get their best buffs until this turn. So we're going to do an SA with these two, and now I can do single target with Anakitty, and that'll help wear down our opponent just a little bit faster. Bada bing, bada boom. And really, honestly, I probably should have saved S3 on Anakitty and on Fina. Probably should not have been doing those skill 3s at this juncture. Should have waited till after this buff to do it, because as you can see, we're going to run out of MP pretty fast. Now, the nice part is we could actually, once they're completely out of MP, they could do base attacks. Everything will be fine. We'll keep like Haruhime and Ray kind of in play and kind of doing their things pretty much until we could do an SA. So, oh, they have a combo skill. Nice. Not the combo skill is going to do much, but... And like I said, bear in mind that Fina is an AoE, and so is Anakitty, so their damage ain't going to be so hot. So basically what we're doing is we're just chipping away at his health, just very little bit by very, very little bit. But, again, more to the point, all of this is completely doable. All of it is completely doable, okay? Trying to remember. I can rebuff that because that's going to give me a little tiny bit more damage. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Haruhime is now out of MP, which ain't so good. Boom. We will have to do Sheikah on this turn to build her back up, and the kind of nice part is we could actually do this to keep everything in play, but honestly, everything's just turned up so many turns. Because I actually believe Ray does that with her passive. We won't need to worry about it. Oh, actually, no, it's her main attack that does it. Go figure. Everything on this team is really designed for, like, replication and buffing. So here we go. We're basically just going to keep building this up. Now, on these turns where we're actually rebuffing Haruhime's MP, livelihood's going to become a little bit of a problem because we don't have as much healing. It does suck, but it is life. Let's do this again. And basically, as you can kind of see, MP is starting to wear off on both Fina and Anakitty. I'm going to work up to a double SA and basically just spam double SAs as often as possible. So, she's down to a base attack. Fina, I think, has one or two more. Haruhime is still building hers back up, and you can kind of see, like, we're not taking any real damage anymore. I mean, we're taking damage, but it's not, like, crazy damage. It's not life-ending damage. And I don't believe this dude even SAs. So, really, like, with low-level units, you have nothing to worry about here. You're really just kind of cruising through this without any major care or honest concern in the world. I'm going to build Haruhime's MP completely back up. Because, like I said, both Fina and Ray both have the skill to replicate buffs. So really, what am I worried about? And the debuffs are replicated too on by Ray. So it's just like, she's a baby Haruhime. She does a great job. She does a fantastic job. So if you have anything near this build, you should have no problem. Now, once again, the biggest issue here is you're not S-clearing this. You're absolutely not S-clearing this. It would be much better to use single targets than the AoEs I have here, but it kind of shows you can use these units. Bam. No, actually, she's not an ogre killer. I thought she was. I know Haruhime for a fact is. And I'm pretty sure Rei is, but she's not actually doing it. So no one on this team is actually an ogre killer. I thought they were. I thought I had one or two. I know Haruhime is. If you have the wind Haruhime, she 100% is. She's a great fit for this. If I had my druthers, I'd be using Rei and Wind Haruhime as a team and just ruining everything on this event. But not really an option at this juncture, sadly. All right, so look at that. We really have nothing to worry about. Haruhime is just healing. Yeah. It's not really much to do here. We're just basically at this point spamming regular attacks and going for that double attack. That's it, y'all. This is really the fight. Like, this is it. I wish there was something more fun to show you, but welcome to what we're going to be doing here. Just real talk. This is just repetition on repetition on repetition. Then we're going to do a double attack, and then repetition on repetition on repetition. Then we'll do a double attack. It's not... I wish I had something more fun to tell you, but at this juncture, like, if you really focus on defensive buffs, you get to this state, you got nothing to worry about. I mean, he's hitting a little bit harder, but that's because he's buffed his strength. And even with his strength buff, man, I ain't even worried about it. Let's see. I believe... Do I have some of the moves? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Let's just keep doing Sheikah here, and next turn we're going to get a double SA. And we'll keep going. So, yeah. And as you can see, like, we could pretty much do this all day. Now, Haruhime would be a little bit better if I could do Yosuga a little more frequently. But if we start to see the HP falling off, then we can just jump back in with the Yosuga and do the healing. But her counter heal is just doing the trick. It's a boring run. That's the thing that kind of kills me about this. Is like, I wish I could show you a more fun run. It's very boring, very uneventful, but it's a safe run. It's a reliable run. And basically, you're just wearing him down little by little by little. I think he has like 25 million health or some crazy thing like that. So, like I said, I want to say it was like 30 turns when we did this on stream. It was wild. But what do you want? They're all low level, and none of them are ogre killers, and they're all AoE instead of single target. Like, it's just... I promise you, when we do the S-Clear on this one, it's going to be a lot more fun. Just for now, I guess, go pop some popcorn. That's the answer I got for you. Just go pop some popcorn, enjoy the show, and see if you can build this team. See if you can build something even remotely like this team. Like I said, it's all about that RD defense early and getting the RD defensive buff early and the defense and the offensive debuff, I guess, for lack of a better word. So we've seen this team before. We've known this before. There's really nothing crazy or new here. I wish I had something more insightful to say. Honestly, we're turn 18, and I'm honestly running out of interesting crap to tell you. All right. Ooh, Haruhime's doing an attack there, not a Sheikah. That's not good. Shattering Pulse. We're going to do a Yosuga. And we'll have a double SA coming up here momentarily. There might be some benefit to doing Fina's attack more frequently. Only because I think Fina's doing better damage. Let's actually compare. So with the double SA with Fina and... Anakitty. Let's see. Fina does... What you got, girl? Just at 400k, which is pathetic, honestly. Just pathetic. I think Anakitty did a little more than that, to be honest, even though the debuffs are a little more in Magic's favor. She crunk. She crunk. Alright. No, actually, that is way low. So yeah, honestly, in this situation, and I can kind of explain this. It's because Fina has a 100% magic buff, whereas she only has a 35% buff. You know, let's be silly. Let's build Haruhime up. Let's do a triple SA next time. See what kind of numbers we can get out of Anakitty, because I haven't really done that. I think last time we just spammed Fina's attack. And, I mean, this is a long attack. Like, this is a long match. We can have some fun with this, and we can really do some damage testing and figure it out. I hope, upon hope, that I could get at least 400k out of Anakitty. I really don't know. But let's see. Fina's going to hit for a tiny bit harder, but not really much. Remember, she's got a 90% buff now on her magic, and this is going to give her 100%. So don't expect miracles out of Fina. Like, she might hit for 425 or something like that. I would really hope that Anakitty could come close to that. Emphasis on close, because I don't think she's going to come. Because, and once again, look at this, turn 26. So actually, I really should have done a quad SA in the beginning here. That's where I screwed up. My run would have been a lot more clean with a quad SA. But we're also talking a 50% physical debuff versus a 90% magic debuff. So, you get what you get out of this run. You just get what you get. Boom. All right. Haruhime, Fina, and Anakitty. Let's go. Aki. Alright, so this is going to be the 100% strength and magic buff. Like I said, probably, honestly, let's just gauge the damage. Because it really comes down to, if Anakitty is not able to produce, let's just say for the sake of argument, 25%. Like, within I'd say even within 10% of what Fina can produce, then we should have just been spamming Fina from the start. Let's see. So 558, that's actually very good. But it's also a triple SA, so realistically that'd be like probably 425. Maybe 450. And I think we're getting another chance to find out here shortly. Aki, my girl. Ooh, yeah, no. Nope. No, we should have been doing Fina from the start. We should have just been spamming Fina. Alright. So, live and learn. This would have been quite a bit faster the other way. So now we're just going to spam Fina. That's it. I would go back and redo this, and probably we'd get like maybe 5 or 6 turn faster kill, but I just don't think it's worthwhile. It's a boring run. It's an uneventful run. Nobody's in any danger. There's no challenge here. Basically, you're just treading water until you finally defeat him. And I wish I could, say you were going to have more fun with this, and you're just doing this for the rewards for the Iris. That's it. This is legit just so you can clear the event. Obviously, though, too, the more powerful your units are, the better they're going to respond to this. So, obviously, if your units are a little more leveled up, you're going to kill them a lot faster. I, on the other hand, am on the serious struggle bus. And notice, the MP was a problem. An MP regen would help out a lot, too. Realistically, if I was going to rebuild this team, I'd put an MP regen unit on Anakitty instead. I think that would be a wiser maneuver. And then that way I could actually kill this unit a little bit faster, too. So, as you go through these, sometimes you will see changes and things that could be reproduced. But, it's like at turn 33 here, I'm like, I know within the next 5 turns he's dead. Am I really going to go rerun this and modify the team to save 5 turns when we're already 30 turns in? No, hell no. Like, it's not worth my time. It's not worth your time. We're just going to end this pretty fast. Some of you guys said you like hearing the thought processes as I'm going through these, so I'm really just trying to think out loud ways I could modify and improve my team. Because, once again, it's not a good team, but it's also not supposed to be a good team. You know what I mean? Like, this team is, I mean, pretty low level for a reason. It's not designed to be an S-clear team. It's not designed to be a whale team. It's designed to show you guys, once again, as I've been saying 11 times now in all these videos, you can clear these with low-level units if you just plan defensively. So, alright, he should be dead here in the next 4 turns. 40 turns, y'all. I really think we did like 30, I think it was like 30, 32 turns. So, yeah, it would be quite a bit faster if we had just spammed Fina from the start. You do one SA with Ray and Fina, and you'd get this a little bit faster, but I mean, at this point, fast is a relative term, all things considered. Here we go. How much health does he have left? And that's the thing, when you got like this opponent that has 20 million health, and you're doing 400k per SA, expect it to take a long time. Alright, so here we go. SA with Fina. Bada bing, bada boom. And if this does nothing else, it should show you just the sheer power of a good defensive build in an event like this. Because, once again, he would be tearing us apart if it weren't for our big defensive buff we got at the beginning. Just for the sake of silliness, how many turns are we now buffed up? Let's see. And even with his strength buff, we're laughing at him. 54 turns? Oh boy, that's hilarious. But I mean, it is what it is. Go, girls. Are we going to need an SA to kill him? Bam, there he goes. Turn 39. I want to say we did turn 30, so realistically, if you do Ray and Fina rather than, or whoever you have that's a magic unit, preferably, like I said, if you have an Ogre Killer, use your Wind Ogre Killer. Once again, Haruhime is a better unit. If you have single targets, 100% use those. But this is like the worst possible team to take an event like this, and we still cleared it. And the S-Clear was a whole other team. We'll build that team. We'll talk about that team later. But for now, Boss 112. Good luck. I'll come back with the S-Clear team. That will be a lot more fun. Like, comment, share. Make sure you subscribe to see that team, because I promise you that team won't waste 20 minutes of your time. But I'm sure, and I hope, somebody actually learns some tactics to take into these events from each one of these videos. So, like, comment, share. I'll be back at you guys with more Danmachi soon.